I would work on my first little Valentine's journal. And like I said, I may only do one. I may do several. Um, my goal is to try and get it done by Friday evening or something, and maybe do a flip through over the weekend. So if somebody is interested, they still have time to purchase it. If you're in the States, I don't know about getting it, shipping it overseas, but I know I could get it to you definitely way before Valentine's Day. Anyway, I'm going to be using a file folder, and it's going to be a cloth journal, cloth cover, but I'm going to use a file folder in between because I always love that little bit of stiffness that it gives it rather than being too floppy. So I will be using that. Um, this process I saw on uh, Carol Law's channel, and I think she did it a while back, and I was so intrigued by it. But I haven't really had anything that I could use it for. And I will link her video in the description box. But it was really a cool way to do a cover. Anyway, so it really involves making a checkerboard kind of pattern or weaved pattern, and it really looks a lot harder than it is, which is interesting. And I thought that we would do that today, and that's how I'm going to do this. But these are kind of the things. I have a straight edge here. You could easily use a ruler, which I don't know. I might use a ruler because it's a little bit. I only have this. Carol apparently was Carol Laws was apparently a quilter, so she had a nice big. And I have this because I tried quilting one time, but I honestly, I just wasn't very good at it. So, but I thought I'll use that. You could easily use a ruler. You just need a straight edge of some sort. And I am going to do a combination of red and pinkish material, cotton material with this that I have cut into strips. And I have some of them in 2-inch strips. And I actually didn't cut them, I tore them. So I have a bunch of 2-inch strips here. Okay, all different kinds. And then I have some 1-inch strips, okay? So I do need to make a few more 1-inch. And all I did is I measured approximately 1 inch. Let me get my other scissor. It cuts material better. I'm actually just eyeballing it. And I'm ripping it because it'll turn out straighter if you rip it or tear it, I mean. And I think I need about 3 or 4 more of these. And I'm just measuring it from my mat. So they don't have to be exact. So mine definitely are not. But anyway, that's how I tore all my strips. And I didn't think you guys would want to watch that. So I hope everybody's doing well. I have had kind of an interesting few days. I'm helping my oldest son kind of redo his kitchen, and I might show you guys a before and after because it's kind of. He's a bachelor, doesn't have a lot of money, and we're kind of repainting the cabinets and doing the countertops and all kinds of stuff. 4, 5. I think I might need one more. I don't remember how many I did. I'm just guessing. So let's just do one more. So basically, what I did is I figured out how large. I'm going to kind of put this off to the side. I wanted my thing to be my cover, and then I gave myself a little extra on each side. And the problem with this thing is it is only what this is 10 inches, which, normally you only make your cover like 9 at the most, but it doesn't give me a lot of extra on each side. So that was why I was thinking if I did it with my ruler, um, it would probably work better because I really would like a little extra on the sides to work with. So maybe I'll use it or I'll use both. I don't know. But I also have, and this is just interfacing, and this is kind of a lightweight one, not a real stiff one. And the reason is that honestly, I'm gonna put the file folder still in between it, so this is fine. And I'm gonna do it to where when I get done, and she did not do this on hers, she just sewed it, but I kind of want to do this because I think it'd make it easier for me. Um, I may be wrong, I don't know, but I am doing it differently than her, the way she did it. So, um, but I'm gonna iron it on after I get done making the little weaving thing, the little cover part of it, and that way it'll to me it'll stay together. Um, hers didn't look like she had any problems with that, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that for me. The other thing that I have is a bunch of different lace and trim and things like that because I'm going to be adding that to um, my little journal cover weave or whatever. Okay, so I'm trying to remember how I did this. I think I was practicing. I've never actually done one. So I'm going to take all of my. Okay, I think I'm just going to do it pretty much the width of this. So, or, close to it. I think that's how I'm going to do it because I want to have enough extra that, um, an extra, so I have room to kind of tuck it under. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it raw or I'm going to sew it under. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. So, I'm just going to kind of do it that way. And I don't care if they're exactly perfect because it's going to, I don't want them super crooked, but um, you'll see why in a minute. It doesn't really matter that much. I think I need to move this down so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just putting them one by one. So, which one? This goes next. I really have enough. I could do two of these, but I know I'm not. So, okay. So, is that going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Let me measure that. If that's going to give me the right amount. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted about 11 inches. That gives me enough to tuck under when I'm done. Okay, so I'm going to try and keep this down here so you guys can see when I start it, and then I can move it up as I go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my ruler, and I realize it's not perfect on the edges. It doesn't really matter. Move this one over a tiny bit, okay? Now, if I want any kind of lace or anything on these right here, this is when I would lay it on top, and I do on some of these bigger ones especially. So I'm trying to decide if I really want that on there. If it's too much, gosh, I can't make up my mind. Maybe let's try the beige. It's really just depends on how bright I'm going to want this. So I think this might work. I'm going to put that. No, I don't know if I want that on there. I think I'll put that on there. I think that would be really cute. So I am going to put that on there. put that on there. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, I don't know. Do you think I should put? I just don't know if I want it that much on there. Let's see. I'm just going to see how it looks and then see if that's something I want to do or not. I'm not sure. Honestly, I haven't really tried those, so I don't know yet. And then I have pink, and I'm going to try that on the pink. Let's see how that looks. Oh, okay, that might work. All right, so let's do that. And if I don't like it, I can certainly change it, but put that on there. Okay, so I have laid these on top of the material, and I could pin them or something, but I don't think I'm going to need to. I'm going to show you. That's just how it is. That's all I've done is lay them on top. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, let me see if this other thing will work. It might work. But I think I'm just going to use my ruler. I think it'll be easier. So I'm going to just kind of start right here. And I'm going to put my ruler down, try and make it kind of straight. And let me make sure that's in frame. Okay, so let's see here. Oops. It's coming with me. I put it about, because I have plenty of room going down there, so all right, let's see. Got to get it straight. That's the important thing. All right, so I'm using my two lines right here to kind of let me know if it's straight. And I can always, I just don't want it to look kind of weird. Okay, so now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my smaller pieces, and I'm going to start with, I think, this one. Okay, so what I do is I go every other one of the large one up here, and I'm going to, let me pull this back so you can see it. So every other one of these is going to go back up to the line. Okay, that's my line. And it's going to move a little bit. You just kind of straighten it out. And that's where it really helps to use your mat, because then you can tell if it's straight. To me. Okay, so you've got it back on your straight edge, and you're going to take your um, smaller piece and you're just going to lay that across like that. Okay? Now, if you want to put something on top of that, and I have different things here, and I'm just not sure if I'm going to do it or not. I have this white lace. I have this checker. And I might do that. I think the checkered might look good with it. Let me try it, just see how it looks. I might not like it. I think I have another piece already cut. Let me try that one. Okay, so let me try that. And I'm just going to put that there in between. All right. And put that down like that. I think that needs to go up a little. You want it to go to your edge and have it fairly straight. Okay, so there we go. There's one. All right. So now we're going to take this one and then the next one, the opposite of what we did last time, because we started with these, okay? And then we're going to lift it up. Oh, you know what I didn't do, guys? I didn't move my ruler down. I was wondering why it was harder to get that to stay straight. Okay, we've got that in there straight. We're just going to move it down to the edge of this one that we just did. Okay? So there's the little smaller piece right there. So we're going to move that to the edge. Of course, this moved a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to go every other one. Sorry about that. I was wondering, like, why is this not staying? And really, if you kind of hold it down, it's not that hard. I'm making it harder than it is, but it's really not hard. It's actually very easy. Okay, so we're doing the opposite of what we've done last time. And I'm going to pick a different color. So let's see what would go well. Get that ribbon out of the way because I can't see. I did the polka dot, and then I've got a line, and I've got a checker. So I wonder if I should do the line next. Let's try that. Now I don't think I'm going to put anything on this one. I'm just going to leave it kind of the way it is. I'm get it right up to the edge, trying to keep these straight, okay? And all I'm going to do is just lay these over like that. Okay, oops, let me get that back up there. Okay, so now that we've done that, if you look at it, you can see how it weaved. You have this one here, that one there, this one there, and you can see what we're doing. So it's kind of cool, I think, but all right, that should be a little bit closer. So I'm going to move that up a tiny bit over there. You can tell if you need to adjust anything. So, okay, so let me see. All right, so now I'm going to take it and move it to the edge of the last one that I did. And you can tell kind of if you get confused, just look at the one that you went over. Okay, like see these right here? You wouldn't want to move this up. You haven't gone over that, okay? So you're actually going to pick up the ones that you've just went or over. So we're going to take this one. And after you figure out which one you do, it's just every other one. Okay? And then we're going to go to this one. I'm trying not to get these crooked when I lay them back down, because that's really the key. And that's kind of why you want to use your mat to help you. You just can kind of look at it and see if you're like look at the line of this one right here, and you want it basically hitting the same lines, and then you're straight, and then your ruler helps you kind of keep it straight. And then we're going to go to this one. Okay. So I'm trying to keep these all straight and not pull on them too much. And let's see, I haven't done this one yet, so I have to try that. Now on this one, I think I might put something on there, and I'm trying to figure out what do I want to do? Do I want to put, okay, so I have this, what do you guys think? Huh? Maybe. Let's just see how that looks. And my feelings are if I don't like it, I can just pull it out very easily. So, I just don't know how it's going to look, but I thought it would be kind of cute. All right, so now that I've done that, I'm going to go down again and I'm just going to go to the next one. So, and I'm pulling it up. And as I'm doing that, I'm making sure here and here are straight. And that tells me that I'm doing a good job keeping it reasonably straight. And then I'm going to move that up a little. Oh, I did that opposite. It needs to be this one. I'm sorry. Move that down a little to help me get it up there straight. And let's see, we got to go back. I only have 3 kinds, so I have to keep changing it. And I think I'm going to keep putting that ribbon on there because I think I like it. I guess this is all I have. Well, we'll just see how long this lasts. If it'll get us to the end. So I've done one of each of these ribbons. So maybe I'll just change it up a little bit to make sure I have enough. Maybe I'll just, I don't want to do red on there. I want to do something else. How about, how about? Okay, how about this? How about this? We'll just try this. Okay, so I'll just, and I also have some other ribbons too. But I think I'm going to try that. I think I'm going to do that. I made the whole thing crooked, so. Okay, so probably you should plan better than I did. I think I'll just do that. It'll probably wind up being a happy accident that I didn't have what I needed. Right? Okay, so I'm still making sure it's straight. Alright, so now that I did that outside one, I'm going to move it down. We're going to go here and here and here. Move this down. So we want to do the striped one now. And I didn't do anything on the striped one before. So I don't know if I'm going to do anything with that. I think I'll just leave it. Now, granted, guys, this would be much easier without all the trim, but I don't know. I just think I'm going to like it better that way. Okay, so here we go. I could probably add one more to the top. Anyways, I am going to turn off the camera and, well, you know, I don't know. Do you guys want to see the ironing on? I'm trying to figure out, maybe I could turn this around without messing it up too much. Here we go. I'm turning. Okay, there we go. I'm going to add one more to the end down here because I think I can fit one more. I do need to try and pull this a little bit. Okay. Okay, so let me see how we're doing on time. If we have time, we'll do that together. Okay, so I got us all ready, and basically all I did is I went ahead and pinned the edges, all going the same way, because I'm going to leave them in there when I pull it up to sew too. And you don't have to do it all over. I just did any of the loose edges. So I pinned those going down and all the way across. And this is the step that I'm doing differently, is the interfacing, and that's just to kind of keep it all together. Now, of course, these pieces on top, they're not getting stuck to anything, but what'll happen is when you sew this, you should be able to hit all those pieces. Pinned it all the way around the edges, okay? And then I'm going to just turn it over, and the interfacing's on the bottom. And I just have a light cotton cloth to go through this. And you could go straight to it, but my thing is you've got that nylon kind of lace in there, and I don't want to melt it. So basically, you're just going to do this and get it all stuck to the back. All right, which I kind of already did. I just wanted to show you how I did it. All right, so then it's all stuck. All right, and then after you do that, this is what you have. And at this point, you can trim off the edges if you want to. You don't have to. I mean, I might trim these on the edge just a little bit because they are kind of big. Let me get my, I might trim these just so that I don't have a lot to work with. But I am going to take this to my sewing machine. And I am going to just sew it. So I'm going to trim both sides like this. Okay, so I don't have as much to deal with. And, of course, save these for your snippets. Okay. Do my other side. And I'm not worried about being straight. It doesn't really matter. This is going to be the end, so. Alright, and I will definitely use this, I'm sure, somewhere in my journal, so I'm not wasting it. Anyway, that's the piece that you're going to end up with. And at this point, all you would do is just sew back and forth across here, and that will give you your cover. So, I mean, it makes a very unique looking cover. So I will go ahead and stop the video again and then show you what it looks like sewed. Okay, so I am back, and I went ahead and sewed it, and basically all I did is I sewed around the outside, and then what I did is I went down each of the smaller strips and went right down the middle and just sewed right down the middle. So that by itself also tacks down the other sides too, because you're running across them also. So I just did one line down each one of these right after I went around the rectangle. Now this is going to be, excuse me, way bigger than what we actually need. Um, I've cut down my piece of file folder, and this is the size that we're going to need. This is 14 by 8.5. Usually, it just depends on how big your spine is going to be. And I'm going to have a 2-inch spine with 6 inches on each side. So that means I need 14. So, because 6 and 6 is 12, a 2-inch spine is, makes it 14, and then 8.5 tall. So we're going to have a lot left over, but that's okay because I'm going to actually turn this under, I think. I normally do that, but I think on this one I'm going to. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm probably going to put my glue on here. Then I'm going to go ahead and glue this on and make sure it's kind of on there straight. Probably do it on this way and then turn it over. And I'm probably going to use just tacky glue because that gives me a little bit of time to maneuver it. And once I get that on there, I'm going to trim it and leave about a quarter of an inch and just turn it under all the way around. Okay, that quarter of an inch. And then I am going to take my lining material and I'm just going to go ahead and take that after this is kind of turned under. So it'll be, like this, a quarter of an inch all the way around. And then this is just going to get glued on top. And then I will go and sew around it. I am kind of thinking that you can kind of see through this a little. So I may find a different fabric to put back here that you can't see through. Because even though we're only going to have a quarter of an inch around the edge, you may be able to see through this. Or I may put something underneath this. I'm not sure yet. But in any case, that's kind of how it'll end up looking. And I think that's kind of a cool looking cover. So I'm probably going to add some other things to it, like maybe some hearts or something on there. I don't know. I'm going to kind of go through my stash and see what I have. So, anyways, guys, that's a fun way to make a cover. I was really enjoyable, very different. Honestly, it's got enough going on. I don't know if you have to do anything else to it. I think it would be pretty busy how it is, but I think I may put a couple little hearts on here or something. I haven't really decided. Another thing that would be really cool with this, I haven't done any slow stitching yet, and I've kind of tried out a little bit, but you could slow stitch this, like maybe down where I have these that don't have anything on it. I mean, you could still go back in and do it now and just slow stitch it in different spots, and it would really look fun. So I think if I do another one of these, I'll probably do a little bit of slow stitching on it. But considering I am really pushing it with getting this done this week, I don't think I'm going to embark on that. But anyways, that is all that is left to do. And you can finish it off. Like I said, you don't have to turn it under. You could just cut it and then sew around it, which I may end up doing because I really wanted to use that pink material. And I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Okay, so I just wanted to pop on here and show you the cover. I went ahead and sewed around the edges. I decided not to turn it under because I kind of like that frayed look and I have it on the outside. I rounded the corners a little bit and I put pockets in. Part of the reason I did the cover as big as I did, I wanted to have pockets to go in there, so that kind of works. And then I also have this extra piece that I can use other places in the journal. But anyway, guys, I think that turned out really cute. the journal will be to be continued, but I think that's a great way to make a cover, and it was a lot of fun.